cactus and succulent growers, I'm Lynn and welcome to Desert Plants of Avalon in the north of Ireland. And today's video is going to be an end of September, sort of early fall, autumn cactus and succulent polytunnel update. Now it's the first day of the autumn equinox, the autumn fall equinox. Today, 22nd of September 2024, and I thought it's the perfect time to do a sort of end of summer update. And I'm going to start off with this table here. And I just want to mention I made a video of all the cactus that were in flower over the spring and summer months, and I put that video up yesterday. If you're watching this video in the future, the video will be up above. And do go ahead and watch it after this one for a little slideshow of what has been blooming gorgeous. I've had more come in bloom than I haven't been able to capture because some of them are quick bloomers. But the ones I did, you go ahead and watch that lovely blooming display. And the sun is actually coming out as I'm filming, so apologies if a lot of this may come sort of sunny and in shadow. We've had some amazingly warm weather this past week after a very miserable, wet, grey summer. Coldest, wettest, most miserable summer I can remember on record, here for me anyway. And last week and even today is absolutely gorgeously sunny and hot. As a result, some of the cacti are sort of going a little bit pale from the excess sun. I didn't think I'd have to worry about that at this time of year because they've been in the polytunnel, as I say, all summer. But because it has been so cloudy and now we're having a lot of sun, you can see a bit of slight sun damage. Won't hurt the plants, they'll recover. And I'll probably make a separate video about excess sun on cacti and what it looks like. So I'm going to do a bit of a quick scooty around all of the plants. And obviously it is the first day of autumn now, and the majority of the cacti, not all, but the majority of them have sort of coming to the end of their growing season. But I still have quite a few in bud, and I'm going to show you the ones I've got in bud first. And this one, Gymnoclys Vinci, lovely bud on there. I've also got my other Vinci that is been blooming gorgeous. And I also have these gorgeous gymnos as well that we got from our wonderful friends Daz and Edith at Cacti Mania here on YouTube. And Vinci Variegated has been blooming for weeks, and the root beer, more buds appearing. And there is tons of buds coming on all the other gymnos. Gymno Friedrichi Aqua Dulce, 2 buds on there, more buds as well there, more buds, and one getting ready to bloom as well. And here, more buds forming, more buds. So it's great to see so many buds still at this time of year. So obviously I'm going to be focusing on what is in bud and bloom. And of the Gymno, the No ID, that's a beautiful white flower that's been blooming all through the summer as well. And then over here I've had a lot of the succulents. I always find my succulents in the late summer really sort of come alive, and tons of this has been beautifully flowering as well, this Anacampus here. And I've also got this beautiful Echeveria topsy-turvy. That has beautiful, beautiful orangey flame blooms on that. And a lot of them have been blooming gorgeous as well here. So then, oh yeah, I'm going to show you this as well. My Euphorbia Flanagani, just look at the gorgeous blooms on that, guys. Absolutely stunning. And a lot of my Euphorbias also sort of coming into magnificent bloom at this sort of early fall time. So then, I'm going to do a little scoot around because there isn't really much to really massively update you on. As I say, plants are coming to the end of the growing season now. So I'm just going to go around with the camera and give you a little bit of a tour of what's happening here. And while I waffle on. So they're all doing very well. And if you see a particular plant that I'm showing you that you want to know the exact name of, because it would take me way too long to go around all the plants and mention every single name, and even to type and put the type underneath, because it would just be impossible for me to do. So do let me know down below at the exact part the plant appears at if you want to know the ID. I'm just going to sort of talk about and highlight some of the most sort of specially ones, if you can say that. My Cactus disciformis that was grown from seed 25 years ago bloomed as well for me for the very first time the other day, and I did a special video about that. My Ubermania pectinifera is doing well. My saguaro that is about 10-11 years old as well, looking a little bit scabby, but it's doing well. A lot of new growth on the top there, and all of the other plants here. I did also give them all the desert cacti, these for example on this table, their very last watering of the year, only the other day, and I also filmed a video when I did. So if you didn't see that video and you want to know a bit more, when do you stop watering your cacti, it can depend on many different things like the temperature and where you live in the world. But do go ahead and watch that video after this one. I'll also link that one up above. And then this Echinopsis obrigona, again a little bit too much sun here, because as you can see where the sun is coming on now, this gets a lot of intense sun. So after I film this video I might throw a bit of shade cloth over these while we're having a very hot day today, a very rare heat wave for this time of year. It's crazy. And all here, this one here is a Gymnoclisium Horstein. It sort of goes a little bit yellowy reddish, but that's because it's also been getting plenty of sun. Another Horstein variety which is much greener. And as you can see, a lot of the cacti have the old flower buds on them and seed pods forming there, so it's great. And all the Gymnos Stenocactus as well that have been blooming amazing. Echinopsis subdenudata, there is still buds on these. This had a lot more and it has been flowering throughout the summer, but a lot of the buds have fell off because, as I say, we had 2 weeks without even any sun before this massive heat wave now, and as a result a lot of the buds did fall off, for example there, but these two are sort of still on, so hopefully they'll go to full term. Telocactus, and also known as Ferrocactus setispinus, is doing well. I wanted to repot these this year because you can see they're bulging out the pots, but I may have to wait till next spring, or if I repot them over the winter I make sure I put them back into dry soil. And obviously repotting cacti in the winter is not something I normally do, but a lot of plant growers I know here do that in the winter because they have more time in the winter, and as long as you pot them up in dry soil and don't water and put them back, there shouldn't be any problem. Gymnomyovic in bud here, and as I say, just a quick scooty around because I don't want this video to be too long for you. Gymnoclisium also coming into bud, a no ID one as well here. So very good. And I'm just going to show you into this table, and I'm going to do a proper update on all of the amazing Haworthias that I got from Cacti Mania Daz and Edith, because they're doing absolutely remarkable, as you can see here. But I'm going to include them in an update coming up in the next few days, when I also do an update on all of my other Haworthias, Gasterias, Aloes, Dikeas and agaves. And I've got a lot of my agaves out in the yard at the moment getting a bit of sun. I'm going to show you that also in this video. So here again, all the gorgeous stunners I got from Daz and Edith at Cacti Mania, growing absolutely remarkable. As you can see there, I've got them all together, my little Cacti Mania stand, and they are doing really well there. And also all these planties here, all growing. They've all been growing really well over, considering we have had a really bad summer here in Ireland, and I think the UK hasn't been much better either. I've had some fantastic blooms on the cacti, the best ever this year. So it just proves that they'll still bloom even when the conditions are not ideal. You can see a bit of a tour around for you all. They're doing well, and I've got my hanging plants as well. My Cactus winterii has also been blooming gorgeous, and there are still buds coming up on it as well, as is with my other monkey's tail over there. And I'm just going to take you here to show you the monkey's tail, Cactus colidimonsis. Look at the buds on this, and this has been blooming gorgeous. I've done a video when it was all in bloom, but just look now, it is still coming into a magnificent bloom. Lovely fatty stems as well. It's doing really well. Absolutely gorgeous plant. Stunning. And then I'll take you here, show you all the hanging ones first. These are all my other hanging plants as well, Heliocereus, and also my rat's tail, Cactus flagelliformis, and these have all been blooming. Cactus malisoni all over the sort of the springtime as well, and some epiphyllums here, all my other epiphyllums, all of my ripsalis that all hang down too. And here on this table is where I have all my lofts, Lophophoras. I have many different types of different Lophophoras here as well, and they've all been blooming gorgeous over the summer months too. Very lovely. And this is the gorgeous Obrigona denigri that I also got from Daz and Edith at Cacti Mania. That is growing remarkable. It has really gone wide and growing really well. And a beautiful stunner. And here, mixture of other things, astrophytums, that also blooming lovely over the summer. And as I say, do mention what part in the video a certain plant comes up that you want to know the name of, because it just takes me way too long otherwise. An astrophytum also there. My Ariocarpuses also doing well. The lovely new Ariocarpus here. My Luckenbergia, and a mixture of all different types of plants here. My little Turbinocarpus swobidae that I got from my wonderful friend Danny Rose, and Danny also gave me these beautiful Raybutas. So many lovely plants that Danny has given me. They're doing very well. This one is remarkably doing well here, as are all the other ones as well. And here on this table I have a mixture of mostly Mammillarias, all different types as well. Neoporteria, they've got a bit of don't know what's happened to that, but it was flowering and it's got a little bit of scabbiness on it, but it doesn't seem to be any signs of pests. Again, I think the weather has been up and down, where we've had days of very cloud, and then when we get sun it's so strongly intense that it can sometimes burn the epidermis a little bit. My Mammillaria carmonera as well, lots of new growth on that. It's gorgeous. It's lovely browny spines on that. More Lophophoras as well, and Ferrocacti, Mammillarias. My lovely Raybutia perplexa that has really come on, because I did a rescue save on this a few weeks ago, and happy to say it is really doing well. Look at all the new growth on this. So I really want this to bloom next year with the beautiful flowers it always has, usually has anyway. It hasn't bloomed for me for a few years, but I think the good repot is really made it flourish at the moment. It seems to be doing really well. And this one is an amazing Cockamia. It's a Mammillaria sort of type and beautiful. That's also from Danny Rose, absolute beauty. And these are also from Danny too, Mammillaria longimama. They are doing remarkable. Had gorgeous yellow blooms in the summer. It's lovely and fatty and doing remarkable. And here, Mammillaria Magic Baby, also from Danny. It's had beautiful flowers all through the spring and summer, and it's only just stopped flowering now. It's beautiful. Here, a mixture of all different types. A Ferrocactus here, Mammillarias. My Copiopoas as well. And this Copiopoa was blooming gorgeous in the summer. Gorgeous yellow blooms. Absolute stunner. And my Parodia. More Mammillarias. A lovely little fluffy Hahiana. Love this fluff ball. And as I say, if you want to see what all these plants look like when they were blooming over the summer, do watch that video I put on. As I say, cactus flowers of spring or summer 2024. As I say, the video will be up above. You'll be amazed. You'll see these plants in their full blooming glory. That's also got loads of buds. Another Echinopsis subdenudata. They seem to be staying on, so fingers crossed. The Mammillaria starting to get their little fruit pods with seeds in. Another lovely Mammillaria there. And more Mammillarias, my red-headed Irishman. And there, love to see the little fruit pods forming. Still Mammillarias in bloom, coming up there as you can see. Doing well. My lovely big old raybuchas. This had beautiful yellow flowers in the springtime. Again, also from Danny Rose. Very beautiful raybucha. Lovely old one. And another lovely raybucha from Danny too. Absolutely gorgeous. They've been doing very well. And also this is my raybucha albipilosa that has gorgeous orange blooms. And I'm really happy because this has really took on a growth spurt. Again, it didn't bloom for me this year. It hasn't for a while. But what I've been doing with the watering is dipping and dopping. This one is in a clay pot. It's also one I wanted to repot again this year because I think the pot dries out too quick. But I've been soaking it in water, dipping it in, so it's really absorbing it. And it suddenly took on this huge growth spurt. Look at this new growth on here. Doing so well. It's just gorgeous. Another Ferrocactus glucoscans there. And then here I have a lot of my Cereus type of cacti, mixture of all different types, Pilosa cereus. I've even got some large tall euphorbias as well, and my lovely Pilosa cereus azaleas that had bloomed beautiful during the summer. Lovely sort of woolly hairy one. Mixture of many different types here, as you can see. And I can always spot the slugs in the polytunnel as well, leaving their dirty trails. You have to keep an eye out for things like that attacking the plants, especially I notice when it comes to late summer. We seem to have a lot of slugs and snails. A Puntia cobra, more Trichocereus varieties, lovely Puntias. So I've got so many different types of plants sort of jotted around everywhere that it's difficult for me to actually go through and mention the names of every single one. So there's a spiral cactus there. My lovely large Euphorbia milli, Thai giant, still blooming beautiful there. So I'll just step back so you can see that. And then under the table here I have a lot of aloes. And these are all my large growing aloes. I've also got some out in the yard as well. But these I have under the table because they're like a little bit more shade. My aloe black gem. But as I say, I'm going to be doing a proper video tour of all my aloes, gasterias, haworthias and agaves in the coming days. I'll go into much more detail and info on them. So do stay tuned for that. This is a lovely, Honzi's lovely Perodia Leninhausii, a very old boy. And we've got him strapped up here to the table because he's very top heavy, and he was blooming absolutely gorgeous as well, with a lovely yellow bloom up until recently. But he's a large one, as you can see, lovely and old as well. And then under the table here I have more epiphyllums, mixture of many different types. Again, these sort of appreciate a little bit more shade under the table. Still get plenty of sun, but a little bit more shade. And then on this table here is the Opuntia table, and it's difficult for me to film really close up with these because those of you who know Opuntias, they're not something you want to get too close to. But I have made an update tour only recently, about a month or two ago, on all of my Opuntias. So if you want to see a bit more of these, a bit more info and detail on each one, do go ahead and watch that update video, and I'll also link that one up above because it's probably a bit more detailed of each Opuntia. But I just scooty around for you so you can see how many different types, all growing really well. We have them also tied up to the roof because a lot of them are very large and top heavy. So here, and then the awesome Opuntias that I got from the wonderful Ziggy at Ziggy's Cactus channel, growing very well. The Austrocylindra Opuntia vestitas, look at that, loads of new growth on that. And this lovely Austrocylindra Opuntia flacosa. Let's look at these gorgeous new heads, it's beautiful, doing so well. And also the lovely Pterocactus tuberosus as well. I've got two different types, Pterocactus tuberosus, and also this was from Ziggy, but I believe it came from Daz at Cacti Mania's original plant, so it's lovely that they're all being passed on with the genetics of the plants to all us plant growers. And the Pterocactus kuntzii as well. It's a little miniature form. There you see a lot of Opuntias, and a lot of the choyas that are very lethal. Look at that, really sharp spines, and they're ones you do not want to touch because you won't get the spines out. That's wonderful to see here. They're all doing so well, and more of the Ripsalis hanging up there. And here I have my big Opuntia aciculata, lovely old one I've had for many years, 26, 27 years I think, I've lost count. Had a gorgeous red flower on it last year, but I had it out in the yard, and I've kept it in the polytunnel this year because I'm more control of the watering. But I wonder if I'd have kept it out in the yard despite all the rain, it may have flowered again. But happy to see it's doing very well. Pads are nice and fat, that little heart shape, doing remarkable. And I'm going to now take you over to this table. Now first I'm going to show you the awesome plants that I got from my wonderful friend Steve Barnett, who lives not too far from where I used to live when I lived in England, and he very kindly sent me some lovely cacti few months ago now, and they are doing really well. I said to him I'll include them when I do the update. This is the gorgeous Mammillaria matude, and look at the size of it now. Look how nice and fat and plump it is, and the gorgeous spines at the top there, lovely dark black spines. It is absolutely thriving. And a lovely Pelosa cereus as well, and the little seedlings he gave me as well. And this is a gorgeous little seedling, doing really well, but again from Steve. Here, look, a little Ferrocactus seedling, growing really well. And this other little seedling as well, also from Steve as well. Really healthy. And also the other lovely plant he gave me was this gorgeous Euphorbia mammillaris, a corn cob. And just look at this. That is growing really well here. They're doing very well. Underneath I have a few of my little seedlings as well that need a bit more shade under there. And I have some more Haworthia gasteria types that I've also got a little bit under the table to give them a bit more shade as well. And they're doing well, as I say. They'll be in the update video when I do that on the gasterias and Haworthias. And then I have a mixture of all my succulents as well. And I won't go into too much detail on the succulents on this video because this is mostly all about the cacti today. So, but they are doing really well as well and growing remarkable. Again, a mixture of many different types of succulents here, mostly all echeverias, Cryptobatalums and the like as well, all growing remarkable. And then this is my euphorbia. When I say about the succulents, I'm going to include the euphorbias because they're more cactus-like. These Perescias that, believe it or not, are actually cactus because they have glochids, and they're growing very well here. And then all my euphorbias as well. As I say, can't really get too close to film these, but hopefully have an idea how they're all doing. These are all the ones I got from my wonderful friend Clyde Morris at Morris Park in the Ozarks. These Euphorbia decaris, variety Spirostitchers, they've been doing absolutely well. They've also been flowering over the summer as well. And here also from Clyde, cuties, and some Euphorbia canariensis. And then here I've got a picture of different types of cacti as well. Here my peanut cacti, all here. This is mostly where I have a lot of the Raybutias and the Camaceras and the Camolobivias as well. As you can see here, they were blooming absolutely incredible all over the spring and summer. Many different types there. Some seedlings. Here my Echinocereus gentries as well. They have the most beautiful flowers. So they're coming to their rest time now. And a little monkey's tail seedling that I grown from seed. And another clyster cacti here. This one is one of Hans's that produces beautiful orange flowers when it flowers here. Ooh. And then all my little Clyster Cactus Trugensis that I sowed from seed. I think it was back in 2018. And look at them now. They're load of them. They're just so gorgeous. Very beautiful. And Espostoopsis here that I got from my wonderful friend Danny. And there's another Clyster Cactus there. All different types. I'll just pull back so you can just see all of them on this table. And then underneath I have one of my very old euphorbias, and this is Polycantha. It's one I've had for probably I'd say about 30 years. And when I got it, it was literally just like that in a little 5 centimetre pot, and just look how it's grown. Now I have to have it resting against the leg on the polytunnel here. And bear in mind, all of these euphorbias, except for the Harida here, will be coming in probably in the middle of October into the grow room, because they're not cold hardy. Euphorbias need a minimum of 10 Celsius, 50 Fahrenheit. So they're okay with the odd cold night now at this time of year. But obviously, come in the middle of October, for my climate anyway, the temperatures stay quite low at night, and I have to bring all of these in back into the grow room. Here underneath I've got like my Hylocereus, Heliocereus, Pinocereus varieties under the table to get a bit more shade, because I don't seem to like too much sun, and my other dragon fruits as well under here. And this is my Epiphyllum German Empress underneath, putting on a lot of new growth as well. That's all under there. And then this table, oh, I love this table with the big boys. This is also a mixture of many different types of the larger growing cacti that I have. And this is a mammillaria, my lovely Parodia. This actually is Parodia warsarii, because it has the grows a little bit different to the more commonly seen Parodia magnifica, which stays more ball shape. And same with this one as well. I think it's more of a warsarii. 3 of these, and this is my very beautiful old, very stunning multi-pupped specimen. And I have made a special video all about this incredible stunner. So if you want to see more info about this big old beauty I've had for a long time, do go ahead and also watch that video after this one. So about all these videos, guys, but if you've got the time and you haven't seen the video, do go ahead and watch it after this one. I'll link that video also up above. But anyway, back to here. This I think is more the Parodia warsarii, because it grows more stretched up, and it's also been blooming beautiful over the summer. Very old plant. I've had possibly, I actually lose track. I know I was in my early 20s, and I'm now in I'm now 53, so they have to be as good as nearly 30 years old, if not that. And also a Kino cactus here, Grusoni, patchy spinus, this lovely white spined one. I've got 2 of these little stunners here, and my very old 70-year-old Echinopsis oxygona that I was given as a gift from my friend John when he used to live in Sligo on the west coast of Ireland, and he'd had it for many years, and it has to be about over 70 years old now. Multi-pupped, massive specimen. And my lovely Ferrocactus, multi-pupped at the top there, very old also, that I have had possibly also coming up to 30 years as well. Very beautiful. My lovely old Luxemburgia Principis that I got a few years ago from my late friend Bill. It's very large. Look at that size of my hand. I would love to see this flower for me in the future, but it hasn't flowered yet. But you never know. It seems to be doing very well anyway. This lovely Echinopsis mammillaris, and this one has actually started to grow now into a cristate at the top there. It started off as just a normal growth pattern, and it's changing now into this, which is really awesome to see. My Euphorbia Harida I've also had a long time. This was blooming gorgeous over the summer too. You can see all the blooms are now sort of died off. And this is the only one I leave in the polytunnel, because it seems to be the only of my euphorbias that I know of that actually is quite cold hardy as long as it's kept dry over the winter. And here my Mammillaria umpico as well. Another Echinopsis here, also in bud. Happy to see my lovely Parodia there. And my Trichoceros bujessii cristata, also known as the penis cactus because of its obvious look. My Astrophytum myriostigma nudum as well. That's actually looking a little bit shriveled, so I stopped watering these on the big ones on this table a couple of weeks ago, but because we've had it so hot, strangely for this time of year, I may have to give this one last wee water to plump it up again. As you can see, it's already starting to wrinkle a bit. Cactus rhynchonensis, very beautiful there. My lovely gorgeous Cactus gracilis variety coloratus, awesome plant there with its gorgeous red spines, doing well. This is another Euphorbia horrida, but it's the variegated, the paler version there. And as I say, my lovely Proja magnifica. Astrophytum ornatum I've also had for probably coming up to 30 years. Very large old plant, that one. Also been blooming lovely over the summer. More buds on the echinopsises. Lovely old Cactus as well I've had for many years. And my lovely Cephalocereus sinalis. And look, there's a daddy long legs. The first day of autumn wouldn't be the first day of autumn without a daddy long legs. And this is my Cephalocereus sinalis. I often call it Einstein because of its lovely wacky grey white hair. I've also had this for many years, 30 years as well. Very slow growing, but it's put a lot of growth this year on the top. And my Espostoa. And that is also big, whoop, looks like whipped candy floss. Absolutely gorgeous old plant I've had many years. This is my big golden barrel. I'll just show you the size of my hand there. This is one that I've had also for 30 years, it has to be. And I remember getting this from Cornwall in a beautiful seaside town. And it's close to Tintagel. And I remember getting it, and it was just amazing plant. It's grown massive since I've had it all of them years. Again, I wanted to repot this year, and I was saying to all your viewers, watch it when I do a video and I repot this, but it looks like time is going to run away with me, but it's growing well anyway. This Astrophytum Capricorn Myriostigma cross also is one, as you can see, very top heavy, desperate for a repot. I may repot this before the winter and just pot it in dry soil, but if not, it would be perfectly fine like that, just to overwinter until the springtime. But that's also been blooming beautiful. Trichocereus candicans, this is one that Hans grown from seed, also remarkable, growing well. And then around here I have, then show you another, the Espostoa from that angle, doing really, really, really well. That's my Trolley there. Also another lovely woolly one. And then here I have got a mixture of all more tall growing cacti. And I'm sorry that this video is going to be very long, guys. Every time I keep saying I'm going to do it quick update and it ends up half an hour longer. So I hope you all made yourself a nice cup of tea or coffee. And this, say, just to show you here many different types of Trichocereus, all sort of doing well. And this one here is known as the Creeping Devil. And this is a fairly recent addition that I got from my wonderful friend Stephen at the Cactus Society. And this is the new growth that it's put on this year already there. Very beautiful. And this is a Stenocactus eruca. And it's one that sort of is a trailing one. Note the name Creeping Devil, because the way it grows is absolutely, to have one of these in my collection has been on my wish list for so long, so I'm so happy. This is another Trichocereus here that we got from our wonderful friend, another Stephen Barnett, and Trichocereus taquimbilensis, that's also doing really well there as well. And here the lovely big spined, awesomely spined ones I also got from the other Stephen. All these Steves, guys, from the Cactus Society, from his late father's collection. And these are just amazing. And I've also made a video on the spiniest cactus plants that I have in my collection, including these spiny stunners. So do check that video out also after this one if you want to see the spiniest cacti in my collection. That video will also be up above. And here is my Euphorbia sudanica, and I repotted this in the spring, and this is all the lovely new leaves it's produced. It goes these gorgeous leaves in the spring, summer and the autumn, and then they drop off again when they sort of go into the hibernation towards the end of the late autumn time. So then, oh yep, my big large Euphorbia timocali, that has put on a lot of growth this year. And also my very, very large Trichocereus pachanoi crossed with scopolycola, 7 feet high, that's been blooming beautiful over the summer. So I'm trying to think if I've missed any plants out. Sorry it's so long. I'll take you out in the yard now, because I was going to say I'm going to show you the agaves and And some of the aloes that I've had out to get some sun, they're going to go back up onto the stand when I do my update. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the wonderful tour, the sort of early fall, autumn, end of September update, and do stay tuned for lots more videos coming up on my channel very soon. If you haven't done already, then do please subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, and don't forget to click that notification bell, and do check out my website for lots of cacti and succulent information and care tips on there, desertplantsofAvalon.com. And I just want to leave this video by warning everyone again, bit of a quick update. If I don't sell plants myself, and I never have, so do be aware there's a scammer going on Facebook posing as me, calling themselves me at the Desert Plants of Avalon shop, pretending to sell plants and scamming people and sending people friend requests. I don't send friend requests. Be aware of that, so keep your eyes open, because if anyone contacts you, called Lynn Kimberley at the Desert Plants of Avalon shop, it's not me, and do not accept friend requests and block them, and also report them. Just want to say that, guys, because this scammer has been going on for weeks now. Anyway, if you want more information about that, check out a special video I've made all about that a few weeks ago. Links to that video will be up above. So guys, I want to wish you all an amazing cactus powered, fun filled fall and autumn ahead.